So Kelly, how's life been?
Good, man. Staying busy. You know, got the podcast right now that's taking off pretty good. You know, we're enjoying that. Actually, out here covering this fight, and not only that, but friends with Mikey Garcia. I got the weightlifting gym that I own right now, or actually a fitness gym, and then actually pretty soon by the end of summer, I'm looking to open a boxing gym in Youngstown.
Perfect. Now, going back on your career and everything like that, you had big nights like this as well too. How do you feel about this event alone, though? Like, this one is like the event when it comes to boxing.
Oh, it's crazy, you know, and the fighters got to kind of stay in their own little under control a little bit too. You know what I mean? Because they both had big fights, but not to this magnitude. You know what I mean? This is a totally different fight. You know, so I think a lot of the nerves and everything, the adrenaline is going to be pumping for it.
And what's your advice to the fighters coming in? Like, just what would your advice be going into this?
Well, I don't know about advice because these guys, like Mikey's been world champ now for quite some time and been on a big stage, so I can't really give them any advice. I mean, they've seen a lot of stuff themselves, but pretty much, you know, stay true to their game plan, focus on what's in front of them, not what's around them. You know what I mean? And go in and try to keep everything going the way they've been doing in camp. So
sounds good. It's your prediction for the fight?
Man, I got it a 50-50 fight. I truly do. I know that Spence is a very big welterweight, strong, and Spence is a great fighter. But Mikey also, his ring IQ, ring generalship, and things that he does in his career shows me that he might be able to get to the later rounds. And they're both slow starters. And I think that Mikey, if he can still enough in them early rounds too, he might be all right to make this a really close fight. But you know, anything that happens in this fight's not out of question. You know, Spence knocks him out, not out of question. Mikey beats him by unanimous decision. It's not out of question. So I'm looking to enjoy it and see what happens.
All right, man. Perfect. Thank you so much, Kelly, for your time, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Got a couple questions. So you think Mikey Garcia have enough power to keep, you know, Spence off of him?
Yeah, he has enough to make him say ow, and that's all you need in boxing. You know, there's some guys that couldn't break an eggshell when they fight, and sometimes they could get overwhelmed. Mikey hits hard enough to get respect, even if he's jumping up 2 weight classes. You know, my thing is, everybody said Mikey's crazy for taking this fight. And how you been? And say he's crazy for taking the fight, but you know, it's not. You need more of these in boxing. Nobody said it was crazy when Pacquiao jumped up from. How you doing? Said it was crazy for Manny Pacquiao, who's 5'5", and started his career a lot later than Mikey Garcia, to jump up and fight a 5'10" De La Hoya. Nobody gave him a chance, and he won. It's not different with Mikey. Mikey has great ability, great skills, ring generalship. Yes, and we do know that he's going and fighting a very good welterweight, big, strong welterweight. So, you know, a lot of things can happen in the fight. It's one of those fights where it is 50-50.
Oh, okay. So
who has the advantage? Oh, absolutely.
That was my next question.
Obviously, Spence. You know, and I'm not naive enough to sit there and go, I'm going to bet the house on Mikey. No.
Yeah.
That's not one of those situations. So.
Because right now, I'm hearing a lot of talk coming from the Garcia camp about the weight and everything like that. You think that's a real concern for him at this particular point right now?
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't. I mean, I'm sure we would have heard something more going through camp. You know, right now you kind of start hearing all this stuff, but that's a little mind games and whatnot also.
So let's say Garcia does win. Why do you think he go from there? You think he stays at 147, or he should go back down to 135 or try 140? I
would try to go back down. I think maybe eventually the Lomachenko, the other mega fight that people want to see is the Lomachenko-Mikey fight. And I think there's still possibilities of that fight being made, especially if Mikey beats Spence. You know what I mean? Because now the demand's going to be really big.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Me personally, I would say go to 140. You know, and then again, that's not up to me because there's so many more big money fights at 147 right now.
Yeah. What about Spence though? If he win, do you think he need a knockout to get the credit to say, oh, you know, he's a bigger guy and he's fighting a smaller guy? That's what he was supposed to do. Or if he goes to a decision, who gets the credit? That's what I'm trying to find out.
That. Unfortunately, not on my opinion. I think Spence is going to need a knockout because of people just in general are going to come down hard on him. If Spence goes in there and beats Mikey, I know Spence is a badass. I know Spence can fight. You know what I mean? So if Spence beats him by a split decision, that does not change my opinion on Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence is still one of the top guys in the sport. I don't give a shit about if Mikey's jumping 2 weight classes. Yeah, Mikey's at a disadvantage, but you know what? The fight was made at the same weight class at 147, and at the end of the day, Spence beat another great fighter that's ranked in the top 5 pound for pound on somebody's list. So a win's a win. I don't think it does anything, in my opinion, that damages Errol Spence's career, because Spence will still be world champion, and he'll still have his opportunity eventually out of Crawford or guys like that. So no, in my opinion, I don't think it does. Unfortunately, to the other people out there, if he goes in there and struggles with Mikey Garcia, he's going to get shit for it.